Hey there ladies and gents, and welcome to a guide on how to play Android games on your PC or Mac. Now this is going to be a PC installation guide, so although some of the things might not be exactly the same for Mac, they'll be generally similar. First thing you're going to want to do is open up Google and type in Andy Apps in the search bar. After you do this, the very first search result should be Andy Android for PC and Mac. Go ahead and click on that and you'll be taken to their home page. From here, you'll see that you'll be able to do this on both PC or Mac very easily. Go ahead and click on the Downloads page at the top. You don't have to subscribe to their newsletter if you don't want to, but if you do, go ahead. It should start downloading for you in the bottom left corner if you're using Google Chrome. Wait for this bad boy to finish downloading. Then go ahead and click on it, and it should ask you if you'd like to install. Go ahead and select yes on that, and then if you're running Windows 7, it'll ask you for administrator permissions as well. Go ahead and click on that as well. After you've done this, you can go ahead and click on Custom or Default Installation if you'd like to change where the installation would like to take place. If you do use multiple hard drives, go ahead and click on Customize, and then you'll be able to give it a own directory. And if this is also your first time installing Andy Android, you do not want to skip installing the VirtualBox. This is going to be the virtual operating system for Android. After you finish checking these little features out, it'll go ahead and start installing, so you're going to want to wait and sit through that. It will take a little bit and we'll have to install a couple of things. If the dialog box does disappear on the center of your screen, it will show up in the bottom right of your taskbar. You can go ahead and double click that after you click the little arrow and it should pop back up on the screen if you'd like to observe it while it installs. Now keep in mind that it is installing two different things on your computer right now. The first thing it's installing is the VirtualBox machine. This is going to be the virtual operating system installed on your operating system that you currently have on your computer, but for Android. And then the second thing is going to be Andy App software itself, which is going to take use of this VirtualBox machine it's installing to basically emulate a Android operating system on your computer. So it'll basically make it think that the phone is running on your computer, which is pretty cool. So you'll get basically all the features you would have on the phone or Android device. A few other dialog boxes will also pop up asking you to install new network adapters, and they'll be from the Oracle Corporation. You do have to do this in order to connect online to the VirtualBox system. I haven't done a lot of in-depth testing on this, but it does seem that if these are offline, then Andy will be unable to connect to the internet and will not function properly. You'll still have an Android emulated system on your computer, but you won't be able to connect online with it. So you won't be able to go to Google Play Games or use any of the online related features. And then after you are done, it will tell you you are awesome and it will start Andy Apps. Once this bad boy is starting, it'll take a little bit to warm up. So I would say just stick around, wait, and let it fully go ahead and boot all the way up. After this is done, you can go ahead and click on the full screen option if you'd like to full screen it. This little toolbar will appear at the bottom of the screen and will disappear once you move your mouse to the center of the screen or away from it. But in order to get back to it, all you have to do is move your mouse back to the bottom. After it starts up, it's going to take you to the regular Google sign up setup. I would go ahead and input your regular Google username and password if you want, or if you'd like to create a completely new account for Andy Apps in particular, you can go ahead and do that. Bear in mind, if you do log in with your regular account, everything that you have backed up from your current Google account will be accessible through Andy Apps. So this is perfect if you want to just migrate over some game data from your current phone or tablet over to your PC. This will let you do that. After you log in with your regular account, go ahead and click on any of the extra features you want, like Google Location, and then it'll also ask you to set up your one-click sync account. This should be the same exact account if you did choose to make it with your Google account. If not, go ahead and input your regular username and password, and then all of your info should be synced over perfectly. After you're done with that, it'll take you through a quick tutorial of Andy Apps. Go ahead and do that if you haven't used this before, and if you have, go ahead and skip that. You can go ahead and start going to the Play Store immediately after your Andy Apps has connected to the internet and type in anything you would like to install. Of course, we're going to be installing Monster Squad, so go ahead and click on that and install it. It will install regularly like it does on a phone or tablet, and will also have to update, but since you're logged into the exact same account as you have on your tablet or phone, it will automatically use the same save data, so you shouldn't lose anything in this process. After you finish doing all of that, if you go to the very bottom right of your main taskbar on your computer, you will see a Handy Andy operation running there. This is going to be your mainframe for using Andy apps. If you right click that, it'll bring up a hodgepodge of options between start Andy, restart Andy, quit Andy, and so on and so forth. This is how you want to start and quit the Andy apps program. If you don't do it this way, there can be a VirtualBox glitch sometimes, and your audio will start cutting in and out, and many other things can go wrong. So just avoid using the X button in the top right corner of the Andy apps program, and just use this little task manager feature in the bottom right corner. If you go ahead and right click it, you can quit out Andy. You can also go into settings and change the resolution and DPI if you like. And if you open up the Andy launcher feature, it'll basically bring up profiles that you can set up to use Andy for different games. So for example, I've opened mine up, and I'm going to be setting the memory usage to 2500 since I have a fair bit of RAM on this computer. You can also change up a bunch of other things, but I would avoid touching that if you're not very savvy with your computer. And lastly, if you do end up closing Handy Andy by accident or anything like that, you can always just click the Start Andy shortcut on your desktop, or in your start menu, you can just search up Handy Andy or Start Andy. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.